Wir suchen hier erstmal rum.
I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
Ich fand's nett. Abgesehen davon. Nur kurz. Moment, vielleicht so. Oh, das ist doch schön. Ja, perfekt. Suchen wir doch mal. Ich glaube, das entschädigt mich für meinen Intuitionspunkt.
The El Dorado must be a family favorite.
Aber für einen Intuitionspunkt, der mir verschwendet wurde, möchte ich es sogar nennen. Just picked, interessant.
Just picked fruit market. Suppliers to the El Dorado.
Aha.
I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
Das ist ja wohl alles andere als Frucht. Hätte ich noch genauer schauen sollen? Hm? Soll ich noch öfter die linke Taste klicken? Ne, okay, das reicht schon mal. Ich hoffe mal, das reicht. Hier ist... Oh, hier ist ein blutiges Hemd. Das ist ja schön.
This will take some explaining.
So, jetzt irgendwas mit Nachbarn befragen noch.
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of Angel's movement. He's got no alibi. He's toast.
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
Das hat ja ungefähr nichts gebracht. Junge, ich fick den Spaß, das ist keine Kissenschlacht. Aber wie wär's mit dir? Ich hab so ein Gefühl, als wärst du...
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Ah, vielleicht,
Thinking
was
you're gonna
sie.
call that one a nosy old hag too, Phelps. Well executed restraint. I'm executing restraint
So.
right now, Finbar.
Ja, wenn immer ein Nachname angesprochen wird, ist so ein Vorname, kann ein ganz mächtiges Werkzeug sein. Um jemanden zu pissen. So. Zurück zum Wagen. Welche wüsste mal ein Wagen ist? Ich könnte auch zum Ding jetzt hier und schauen, ob irgendeine Nachricht für mich gekommen ist. Nicht, dass ich dran glaube, aber warum nicht, ne? Schau mal.
He's good looking for a policeman.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I
I
help,
got a call
Detective?
back for that Universal Chorus
Are there any
line.
messages for me?
Message from Captain Donnelly, Detective. Your presence is requested urgently at Central Station. A new letter from the Dahlia killer has been found.
Thank you.
That's disgusting. Didn't you ever hear of germs?
Was? Ich hab telefoniert? Was zur Hölle? Was wollt ihr denn? Ich nehme euch alle fest, weil mir auf den Sack geht. America, Bitches. Dann fahren wir mal.
Can you drive to this one?
Warte. Wollen wir ins Revier? Aha. Ja, wir wollen scheinbar aufs Revier.
Where exactly are we going?
Ja.
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy who pretended to be dead?
Aber ihr Partner hat die erstmal umgerempelt. Kann man machen, ne? Der hat einen gesunden Hang zum Disrespect gegenüber Frauen. Wie war das mit dem Brief? Vom Zodiac Killer?
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
Diese Trommel, als wenn wir gleich in den Krieg ziehen. Hilfe. Meine Güte. Wie war's mit dem Keller? Das sieht nach einem Keller aus. wir haben Anzug und Hut, wir sind so cool. Wir können so cool Treppen runterlaufen. Was denn hier?
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir. His information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all his fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
I want to make comments. That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Also BD Text. Interessant. Changed my mind. You wouldn't give a square deal. Ah, okay. Was ist das hier? Kraft dieses Fluchs häuft Übeltaten. Okay. Geht's auch schneller. Weiß ich,
Keep upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
Kann es auch schneller durchlaufen? Oh, fuck. Wer hat diese blöden Untertitel angeschaltet? Er spielt auf Deutsch. Warum? Und scheinst du auch das Bild der Reinen. Ja, im Ruhigen macht zu frisch, die Stunde kommt. Du musst scheinen. Ach komm, warum hat es jetzt abgebrochen? Der Brief kann mich am Arsch lecken. Scheißegal.
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley. Sure, I knew that.
Natürlich.
You see, Finis?
Anzweifeln
This
erstmal.
lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
Als ob er das war, das glaubt ihr auch selber nicht, Leute. Ich meine, gegen Verhör spricht nichts, natürlich. Sollte immer gründlich sein, aber es ist Schwachsinn, also. Wo muss ich hin? Nein. Ist er hier drin? Ja, scheinbar.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
Mitternacht also. Moment. Aha. Ich weiß nicht genau, was das hier ist, aber gut.
You're lying, Angel. You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. My brother will tell you I was at home.
Ja, wir haben ein Alibi von ihm, beziehungsweise nicht.
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true.
Interessant.
We argued, all right, but she went out and I went out after her and she jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car. It was a brown Ford Coupe.
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
What about the charm bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that? She never wore it. She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of hers.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far, and you lashed out.
I told you, I wouldn't accept a divorce.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
Whoops.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito. He said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Na, wollen wir mal zum Just Fruit Market.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving.
You're behind the wheel.
I want to put him down in one round.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Und ab.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
Now he sent another.
You know, I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. You seen the body? Fucking cased his nozzle with it. Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking sidewalk.
Na dann. Wollen wir mal ein paar Früchte kaufen, ne? Das hat auch offen. Na, geht doch. Das haben wir doch gerne. Hallo, Freunde.
I got a callback for that Universal Chorus line.
Na, wer will mit uns reden? Willst du mit uns reden? Du willst scheinbar nicht mit uns reden, was ich nicht verstehe, aber gut. Dafür rampel ich dich erstmal an.
Sir,
Na, jetzt geht's doch.
Wait, you look familiar.
Hey, from the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
Schauen wir mal ins Hinterzimmer. Jetzt ist Ente.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Just don't know how to dance to bebop.
Ja, wir wussten schon, dass hier Alkohol verkauft wird.
So what are we hiding in here?
Na, was
This
haben wir
thing
denn?
needs a combination.
Ach, Freunde, easy, pass mal auf. 2. 5. Das sind übrigens keine echten Würfel, das möchte ich mal anmerken, denn die 5 müsste eigentlich gegenüber der 2 liegen, so wie ein normaler Würfel aufgebaut ist. Denn die Augenzahl von gegenüberliegenden ergeben immer 7 zusammen. Soweit ich weiß. Ja, ziemlich sicher. Aber ich musste nur... Oder warte. Moment, nein. Ich musste... Wie oft musste ich reden? 1 oder 2 Mal? 2 Mal. Achso, ne, ist doch ein richtiger Würfel. Sorry. Ich dachte, ich muss nur einmal drehen bis zur 2, aber... 2 Mal, das ist dann die gegenüberliegende Augenzahl. So. Bingo!
I got a callback to that universal chorus line.
Mhm. Schöner Spruch. Ist ja interessant. Dann hier. Außerdem, meine Güte, ist mein Finger HD. Wahnsinn. Doch, die Kette. Oder auch nicht. Reicht das jetzt? Na, wo kommt diese Kette her, mein Freund?
Mind if I get on with this, buddy?
Nein. Hallo, ich habe gerade ihre Kette gefunden. Was zur Hölle? Entschuldigen Sie. Ach, blutiges Messer, das ist ja noch besser.
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. Must have seen it during... This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Und er rennt weg.
Clem!
Oder mit dem Auto, ist mir auch recht.
God damn it, get after him, Cole.
Das wird vielleicht eine kurze Verfolgungsjagd. Oh, fuck off.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Das hat ja bisher super funktioniert. Oder nicht so.
Should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Ja, das stimmt. Wir können nicht einfach blind irgendwelche Leute verhaften. Und dann Fragen stellen. Das ist ja dumm.
strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market. Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
Nein, er war's nicht. Vielleicht, also er war's zumindest nicht 100%.
It's almost too perfect, right?
There's no such thing as too perfect.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Ja, also es ist alles andere als eine kurze Verfolgungsjagd bisher, aber gut.
Spin him out. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Mhm. Mann, du schießt dir absolut für den Arsch, Junge. Zack, ja, das ist perfekt.
Show me your hands.
Aber der Flip war gut. Guter Stoff, Junge.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor, lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Diese ganzen letzten Fälle, das passt alle nicht. Es gibt immer mindestens ein Detail, was nicht stimmt. Übrigens schön erstmal Alkohol geklaut. Was, Alter? Wo habe ich einen Hinweis übersehen, bitte? Hallo? Schwachsinn. Aber 5 Sterne, easy. Ihn in die Gaskammer zu schicken. Uiuiui, das ist ja brutal. Nicht brutal, Junge, brutalisches.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show? Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Vielleicht waren wir es am Ende selber. So wie in Spoiler Black Mirror. Spoiler kann ich mir sparen, weil Black Mirror interessiert sowieso kein Schwein. Aber war ein schönes Spiel. Aber auch nicht wirklich. Ja, das war dieser Fall. Ist ja schön. Das war es auch insgesamt mit der Aufnahme für heute. Sehr frustrierend. Ich danke der Komplettlösung, dass ich diesen Fall noch zu Ende bringen durfte. Weil ich einen scheiß Brief nicht geöffnet habe. Oder erst nach 10 Sekunden Anschauen des Umschlags öffnen konnte. Das ist der eigentliche Witz dieser Sache. Ja, es war, bis zum nächsten Mal. Das nächste Mal übrigens vielleicht auch mit Gast. Ich habe schon jemanden gefragt. Das war den guten Super Flash Crash. Gegen den ich auch letztens das Battle gemacht habe in Crash 2. 100%. Der schon bei Super Mario Galaxy war schon und bestimmt auch beim Meer, ich weiß es noch nicht mehr. Ja, also bald. Das nächste vielleicht mit Gast.